This notebook is crazy. On the very last page of this notebook, I have an Ashley's recommendation list. It's a list of movies I made for my friend's friend because one night at a brewery, the way that Amelia introduced me to her friend Elizabeth was by saying Ashley always is watching movies and she knows really good movies. And Elizabeth was like, "Will you make me a list, like a recommendations list?" And that's what's on the I don't know why I wrote it on the last page of this notebook, but that's what's on there. And I was just reading. I have like the title of the movie, and then I have just like a little blurb. Under it. And for one of the recommendations, I wrote this like 3 years ago. One of the recommendations was Pride and Prejudice 2005, and in all caps, I have written
2005 with subtitles. Make sure you use subtitles.
Yeah, you gotta
Make
use
sure there's subtitles there. That and Dairy Girls, those are the two most important. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'll probably go back and I'll watch it. But if I start watching it, I'm house sitting right now, so I have to watch it all the way through.
Finish it because the rules.
The rules.
But the blurb under it is all caps, Mr. Freaking Darcy.
Yeah, true. That's all you need to know.
It's the mutton chops, isn't it?
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
He looks better with the mutton chops.
He do? Or does he look more timely?
Timeless.
Oh my gosh. That was okay.
Sorry.
What is it?
Bleach.
My coffee's sitting next to bleach.
I just did my foot
I just
stuff.
did my feet.
Bro, my foot stuff, yeah, I did it. I did it for a long time, too. I just soaked them. I didn't use the bleach this time. I just did apple cider vinegar.
That's probably a lot better for your...
Yeah, it is.
Does it
body.
burn?
Apple cider vinegar? No, I don't remember it burning.
Does the bleach
Maybe it
burn?
tingled a little bit. But my feet were a different color when they came out. They were
Like darker?
much whiter.
Whiter, okay.
Much whiter. It just extracts. I feel like it detoxifies.
Does it exacerbate a sock tan?
What?
Like, does it make it
I don't know
worse?
that it changed the color of my feet
Oh.
long term. I just know that my feet had changed color.
It just stripped some.
Yeah. It smelled so bad in here, though. I had to put the fan on next to the
bin. The bin of
so
shame.
it would blow the smell out the window. That's what I did. And I sat there
Gross.
and I set
You
a timer.
did this just now?
No, yes,
Oh.
2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
I sat in that very chair where Ashley is right now, and I put my feet in the apple cider vinegar.
That's what it's...
I set my timer for 15 minutes, and I read my book. I'm reading a book.
What are you reading?
It's called The Reset by Jeremy Riddle. This is not sponsored. But if you want to use our affiliate link, we'll have one in the description, I'm sure.
It could be
And
sponsored.
you can go get that book for $5.99. It's all about resetting the worship culture, mostly in America now, because it's lost a lot of its purity.
Yeah.
It's very much big stages, big lights, big
Performative.
personalities, big industry, that kind of thing, big money, that kind of. But he was talking about purity, and he said that he believes that purity is the most powerful thing that comes from a platform. And some people said, well, wouldn't it be love? And he said, well, love is only as powerful as it is pure,
Bar.
which puts purity a little bit ahead
I'm
of
going to write that down.
love.
Write that down.
Not that love is not important, but if it's not pure, then it's not love.
Yeah, true.
So it's a huge book in my life right now. I just want to quote it all the time and talk about it all the
You
time.
should.
Okay. But yeah, I sat there.
I
and
like
read my
to hear about things like that.
Good book. It's a lot of notebooks in one notebook.
Yeah, I love it. They all have different purposes.
Wow.
This is my prized possession.
Yeah.
It was $70
Yeah.
70?
for the leather. Yeah, but it's patinaed. It didn't used to be this color.
It has patinaed.
It has patina.
That's a good
just
name.
like Blake
Patina.
Lively
Patina.
on the Met Gala red carpet that one year.
What?
Y'all know what I'm talking about? Never mind.
What happened to her?
It was the year she was a chair of the Met Gala, and she wore this like
She went as a chair.
That's what I was thinking. People do some crazy stuff.
no, she wore like I don't remember what the theme was, but she wore this like copper dress, and the whole bit was that it patinaed. So like the copper, like she folded it down and it turned blue, like copper does when it patinas. It was really cool. Anyway.
Was it the camp? It was campy.
I think maybe it was camp.
It's pretty campy.
Was that the really long
Staring
one?
camp right in the face.
Like with the really long train?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Dude,
Gorgeous dress.
Rihanna in that yellow fur that took
was
up I
crazy
don't know how many
work.
flights of stairs.
That stuff's got to be heavy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like the
And
whole
hot.
stairs.
And I always thought she's got to go sit at a table with that. No, they put that in the back room.
Everyone that actually does the Met Gala that talks about it says that it's kind of awful.
I'm sure.
Like, I would think it's awful.
You got to pay so much money to go and be
Yeah,
stressed
literally,
for
straight
months.
I didn't know you had to pay. I
Yeah,
thought
because
you
it's
were
a
invited.
because it's a
fundraiser.
fundraiser. Yeah.
for the Met. Mm-hmm. And it's
Which is
how
why they
much
have the
money
themes. The themes are based off of like the exhibit of the year. It's like tens of thousands of dollars.
I would not. I mean, I would have thought hundreds.
For some, I think it depends.
Wow.
To be honest with you,
Like your spot. Welcome to
Three B's on a
Pod. I'm Colin.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Ashley.
Y'all, you maybe don't know, listener, but we've been gone for a little while.
We've been gone. Well, you
haven't-
will. They do know.
They do know.
Because if this
you
is
know?
the next episode that's coming out,
They know
How
we,
do you
we're
know?
back
We
after our
missed-
accident. How? What are you
What?
running?
Why are you gay?
That was good.
You are gay.
Yeah. If this is the next episode that's coming out, they know. Yeah. We've been gone for a sec, but we're
Yeah, but
back.
we're
We're
back.
freaking
so
back.
back.
We've been busy. We had things to do. Sorry.
It's been some weeks.
Sorry. It's been some weeks. It's been a while for us.
So today we want to spend some time on the pod catching up with you regulars and with each other.
Yeah.
Giving some life updates and
True.
some list updates.
Yes.
Some ins and outs updates.
So.
I like that.
Okay.
I love this.
Do you know that? Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Good. It's for those of you that don't know it. It's "The Simple Life" with Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton, which you need to
Paris Hilton.
binge ASAP.
Watch
The,
Rocky.
all
the
of it.
song. Paris Hilton, if you want to come on the pod, I'd love for you to be here.
Imagine $1 billion in my room.
We should have to go to Johnson on the pod.
Dakota Johnson would be really fun.
I think we'd have a good time.
So you have you seen the interview with Amy Poehler?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but the clip Hannah sent us. I
Yeah.
watched
Well,
it.
Dakota Johnson brings her new adopted puppy into the studio. And
She's
Amy
so funny for that.
basically does everything but tell her to get it out. She does.
Oh yeah,
She
dog
says,
hair.
"Wow, I'm gonna say it. I don't think animals belong in the workplace."
What did Dakota Johnson
Dakota's
say?
like, "I disagree. very much.
her
I very
so
much
much.
disagree." And then she said, "Why? Do you hate animals?" And it was it actually was a tense moment,
Yeah, it
shrouded
was.
in humor. But Amy says, "No, I don't hate animals. I just don't. I think they're distracting. I think they're blah blah blah. They're this and that." And she's like, "I just don't allow them in my office." And whatever her name is, what's her name? Dakota. Dakota says, "Well, they are allowed in my office. If you have animals and you work for Amy, just come on over to my office."
She's so
Oh
funny.
my god!
I don't feel like
one-
that was. I feel like that was a little disrespectful. Personally,
Yeah.
disrespectful. Funny,
Funny,
yes.
but
hey,
not nice.
pointer finger to you. Funny, yeah. But super disrespect.
Yeah, very.
Get the dog out.
Yeah, she didn't need to.
And
That
then she
feels like
let it
something you
walk
would tell
around on
So
the
it was just there
table.
the whole
Yeah.
time. It
Yes.
was in there the
Whole
whole
time sleeps, gnaws on the headphone cord.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No.
That's when I would say, okay, can we cut
Cut the
for just a
cameras.
second?
Cut the cameras.
Can we cut for
Yeah.
just a second? Honey, I've realized
Baby
that this
girl.
baby is brand new to you, but you
Baby
gotta
girl, put it
get
on the
the
street.
H out
you
of my
know
studio.
she had somebody that could have taken care of it.
I know,
Right.
but if you have Dakota Johnson on your thing,
You
you know
don't
she
know.
every single person in her family is a celebrity.
Yes, she's like the nepo baby to end all nepo babies.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
I shudder.
She's one of the few people that looks better as she gets older.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Someone told me I looked 23 today.
Period.
I know. Period. Exclamation point on my end.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
would have guessed you're 29. I mean, when I first met you, you were 27.
What?
No. 20.
Really?
Yeah. You were 27
Wow.
when we first met.
Time flies when you're
Time
getting
flies.
old. When you
Ugh.
experience more life.
True. Yeah,
a
you're
year
trying to.
becomes
I didn't think you were
less
that
of your
old.
life.
Time flies when
Amy Poehler's podcast is really funny. She had Seth Meyers on there the other day and was talking about how he's the only one invited to SNL women dinner.
Oh, because he cries. It's because he cries so
I
easy.
guess.
I was listening to that on the way
He's
here.
so
the way I figured out she had a podcast was when I saw that Jack Black was a guest on
It's
the
new. It just started
When-
a couple months ago.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
It was the same. Yeah, I think she's
Good hang.
less than 20 episodes
Did
in.
Yeah.
watch that one. It was good.
We have been around longer
Then Amy
than
Poehler.
Amy Poehler has.
That's cool.
Basically, we beat Amy Poehler
Hey,
to the
we got a
podcast
new listener
game.
today.
We did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rachel. She didn't.
Rachel. She
didn't
didn't
know?
really go to the site. She didn't look it up on the spot. I feel like if we had bribed her with something, she would have done it. Or if we had just been aggressive
Oh.
and said, "Hey, get your phone out."
Hey, Rachel.
I don't think it's worth that.
Did you
Look at
leave
that.
your phone in court?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, you know she's younger than us? 20. Yeah. Well, not you.
She's older
She's
than you.
younger than me.
How old is she?
20.
She's a
25?
2000 baby.
Yeah. 25 is what I would have guessed.
Anyways, let's get to this. Let's
I'm
get
sorry,
to the meat.
Rachel. I was mean to you about your phone in court. I don't think you left your phone in court.
Rachel, we don't apologize for anything. We said what we said, and we
I-
won't. And
Rachel,
if you
I
throw a
didn't
fit,
say
that's your
anything, and I
problem.
love
I
you.
wanted to. I'm just going to.
Rachel number one.
Rachel,
Just
you're
be
awesome.
specific,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rachel.
because I call her Rachel number
Rachel,
one.
you're number one in my heart.
There was a day where we had two Rachels, and she was technically the second Rachel,
but she's
but
Rachel number
I said
one to
no.
us.
You're Rachel number one.
You're Rachel number
my
one.
heart.
The other one's just Rachel.
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 My
My cha-
iPad. my iPad.
My charge is not charging on my iPad anymore.
It's not charging my iPad and it's all your fault. I hope you're happy because I've told Mom.
We need to call
You
Bella
better,
and get
you
her
better
to do that.
submit, because I've told Mom. I've told Mom.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're
What'd
happy.
she
'cause
say?
I've
You
told Mom.
idiot.
You idiot. Now,
Rachel.
your iPad's got used to
My child is not used to my,
my
iPad
iPad
anymore.
instead of mine.
I swear that's a real thing, though. Especially with those old ones. You remember the old ones? The charger was like this wide.
My
Oh,
charger
yeah.
got used to your
And it had
iPad
those little
instead of
triangle
mine.
stabbing things on
Yeah.
the side of it.
They were so finicky. You would just breathe on those things wrong and they would quit working.
It's like a Nintendo cartridge.
Yeah.
You got to go
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Exact.
and hope you don't spit in it.
Yeah.
I need to pull out my DS. Maybe this is DS summer. Y'all, this is mischief summer.
Yeah, go ahead and pull out your DS. Go ahead. There's no video for this, so we're saying
Okay, I take it back. It was obvious what I meant.
it was obvious. Pick to chat.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Freaking on the bus. Pick to chat was I would cosplay as anyone. I was anyone but myself.
He was catfishing at
I
a
was
young
catfishing
age.
in middle school.
Start 'em young, y'all.
Yeah.
Tell your kids to catfish.
I'd be
their
texting people like,
friends.
"Who do you like?"
I would just always use the pencil to draw and I would just color in the box.
I would do that. too.
Yeah.
Completely.
Completely
and just
color
send
in the box.
boxes colored in.
I still have mine. I need to use that.
I have mine too. We could pick to chat.
Can we play Mario Brothers together?
Sure.
Okay.
Actually, on the bus, in the same time frame of Pick to Chat, I watched the pilot of New Girl. It was one of the free episodes on Apple that you could download for pilot season. And it was at the
cool.
same time
That's a
as
good episode.
Human-ish or human something is a vampire one. And it was human
I know.
human like
Human adjacent.
yeah, but also
Maybe
vampire. Kind of
and
man-like.
maybe a werewolf
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
they-
what?
Unhuman, inhuman.
Dang it, this is gonna bother me. I know.
Teen Wolf.
No, Teen Wolf it wasn't a pilot.
speaking of New Girl, guess what we're doing today on the pod, y'all?
What are we doing today?
I was proud of myself.
Why?
We are doing.
Why were you proud of yourself?
Okay. Sorry. I take it back.
Don't.
Don't take it
I
back.
wasn't
Proud of
gonna.
you.
I was lying to
I'm
you
proud of
just
you.
now.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
That was sweet. Okay. Today on the pod, y'all, this icebreaker I'm so excited about. We're doing what's called a honey roast. And this was originated by the hit TV primetime sitcom New Girl, where they do a roast, but it's the opposite of a roast. You just compliment each other. It's great. So we're going to do that. We have one like actual sincere one and then one silly goofy one. I'm going to be real though, my silly goofy ones ended up being kind of sincere also. So whatever.
Goofy
it's just because I
ones?
love y'all. Sorry.
Goofy ones?
Well, one per person.
One for
We're going to do one of each per
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Per person.
All right. I'm admitting now that in the time I should have been preparing for this, I was napping.
We can take a second
No.
if you want.
You're just gonna
No, I'm
come
gonna
up with
improv.
them?
Off the
I'm
dome.
gonna come off the
Hey,
cuff.
that's probably more authentic.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna, and I was praying on the way here. I said, Lord, let it be authentic,
Aw.
but also really mean. La, la, la.
Mean.
Yeah,
but
he
in
said,
a fun way. In a fun way.
He said earlier that he was going to do only backhanded compliments. That's not the vibe.
I didn't say I
Okay.
was going to only do backhanded compliments. I was going to say, is it like backhanded compliments?
And then I said no.
It's not. Okay, so let me just erase everything I have
Okay.
written in Sharpie on my hand.
I'm going to go. There's nothing on his hand for the radio. I'm going to go first. If that's
Okay.
okay with the people. And by the people, I mean y'all.
Wait, are you doing all of them?
I'm going to do both of yours.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to do. I guess I'll do Colin first.
Okay.
You are incredibly smart. You are really smart. Huh? You're really smart and you're really good with words and you always know what to say. But you also ask really good questions. And I wouldn't be where I am if you didn't ask me the questions that you asked me. So, but I feel like sometimes you sell yourself short with how smart you actually are, or like you're like closeted smart. But you are.
Coming out.
You're really smart, and I like when you utilize it in a way that I get to watch you be smart.
Thanks, dog.
You're welcome.
That's sweet.
Sis.
That's good.
Sis girl, yeah.
Sis girl, yeah.
Sis girl, wow.
Wow,
SIS girl.
that was SIS girl. That's been a
Not
that's been-
cesarean
yeah.
girl. Is that what it stands for? What is it? What does it stand? What is cis? Oh, what's cis?
Cesarean.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Okay, anyway. My silly one is that you're really good at voices and they make me laugh. You do voices all the time. Sometimes just like straight up off the dome. And you literally did the why
That's
are
true.
you gay?
Why are you gay?
Yeah, you're really good at like mimicking things.
Thanks.
And it makes me laugh.
That's good.
It's
most of the
the
time.
it's the tism.
Clocked.
Clocked. Spectrum girl. It's a spec.
It's a spec from Twin.
Hey. Oh, Amber alert. Amber alert.
Is it for reals?
Who is it?
Who are we looking
Amber,
for?
Decatur.
Oh!
Decatur, Georgia, Amber Alert, license plate SFE 9628, 2013 Silver Dodge Avenger.
There, it's always a Dodge Avenger or a Kia.
GTHO. Yeah, literally.
Or a Kia.
Just get something else. Anyway, Ashley Lynn.
Yes.
Yes. My sincere one is that you are incredibly thoughtful. You're probably one of the most thoughtful people that I know, but you're really good at loving people in the way that they receive love. Like it's cool for me to watch you love people because you love everybody differently, but so thoughtfully and just like really well. I don't know how else to say it.
That's
But
sweet.
yeah, it's a privilege to to be loved by you, but also to watch you love other people. I feel like I learn things from watching you love.
How
other
sweet it is to,
To
be
be
loved
loved
by
by
you.
you.
Honey, to a bee. Sorry.
Do-
Yeah. Like it's
Hey, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
My dad got my mom.
that's
a
my for real
singing bee
legit.
when you're forever.
That's my favorite.
That's so sweet, Hannah. Thank you for saying
You're welcome. And my silly, goofy one is that you have really contagious mannerisms. Like, I wrote down that I carry a piece of you with me everywhere because I just do stuff that you do.
Wow.
I feel like my soundboard is like 50% you.
My soundboard.
Have we talked about that?
No, but I know exactly.
Okay,
what you're
yeah.
talking
My soundboard is like probably 50% stuff you say or do.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
about. Cool. Take it.
Yes!
You have no choice.
I take
Yeah,
it
you
or
have to.
accept
All right, now you have to say
Sorry.
2 things about you.
About myself?
That's a joke. No.
Okay. I was
We have
like,
to do
I
it.
didn't prepare.
Can I
that.
go?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Hannah.
We should do this more. I like this.
I titled my list "Honey Roasted Barbecue."
That's
like the
Chick-fil-A
like the Chick-fil-A
sauce.
sauce.
That's the best Chick-fil-A
Yeah, it
sauce in
is.
my opinion.
I don't think I've
the-
ever had it.
It's so good. And what sets it apart, one of the things that sets it apart is they put it in a packet. Like a squeeze packet, not like a
It's
sauce
not like a
packet.
sauce packet.
Do you manually squeeze it on every fry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if I'm putting it on a chicken sandwich, manually squeeze on every bite.
Yeah. Oh, every bite.
Heck yeah.
I've had to start doing that because there's so many divots in the chicken. You get it
It'll get
thicker
lost.
layers.
It'll get lost.
Yeah.
You need it
Yeah.
front and center every bite.
It'll be a reservoir of Chick-fil-A sauce there smack dab in the middle of the sandwich. And it just, clocked that tea.
Hannah Lynn, you're first. This is kind of funny because I didn't realize this when I was writing these, but both of my sincere things for y'all relate to, I think, love languages, like the way that I interpret you guys, like giving that. So yours is, you are a thoughtful and generous giver. And I can tell that you put so much thought and so much effort into gifts for people. And when you give people those gifts, I see that it means a lot to you and it brings you joy to give somebody something that you know that they will treasure. And that takes a lot of just thoughtfulness to pay attention to people. Like, not just when it's coming up on an occasion to give somebody a gift, but you're really good at that
Yeah.
Thanks,
You
girl.
show
I
people
giving
love
people
in that way.
gifts.
Me
Actually,
is people.
crazy because one of the first questions you ever asked me that I remember is that you asked me what brings me joy, and I was like, I don't freaking know.
All right, Marie
6:30
Kondo.
It's
See,
6:30
that's the
in the
thing,
morning,
too,
and I
though.
don't know what to say to you.
That's the thing too,
But-
because it's like deep questions. Like you
Yeah.
ask questions like that.
What brings me joy is bringing other people joy.
Yeah.
Clocked.
And then my funny one is, I'm so excited. You are so persistent that I do really truly believe that one day you will learn how to juggle. Like, I'm so serious.
She's been trying to jug since day one.
Since Christmas. For sure. That's what she told us. When she wanted to be the first woman
so
to ever juggle.
The first woman to ever
Yeah.
juggle.
Yeah. And I think she'll do it.
Yeah, I think I said that in like December that I wanted to be the first woman to ever juggle before the end of the year. But I only gave myself like a week.
Yeah.
This is why, oh my gosh, you weren't here. On Julie's birthday, Kanan was talking about, I don't remember what he said, but he was talking about just like his favorite things about us. And he said, one of my favorite things about you is that you always have juggling balls on you. And I used to.
Where are the
I
juggling
used to
balls
always
these
have
days?
them in my bag. I
Where
took
are they
them
now?
out. Yeah, when I switched bags. But
Where
I used to
are
always
they
have them
now?
on me.
Because it was one of the nights we were at the Meldrums. You
Yeah.
got him out. And Justin was over there trying to juggle. And he couldn't do
Do they look
it.
like that kendama ball?
Yeah, kind of.
Weren't
Oh,
they
no.
silver?
Yeah,
Or-
but they're too light. They don't work. I need to order for real juggling balls.
I saw Kendama Alex the other day.
You did?
Were either of y'all here
No.
or there?
I was thinking about him the other night because I had a bunch of
tears in
people
my
over here and I
eyes.
got the kendama out because there's not a lot entertaining about my room. It's just if you can't, you just sit here and look at stuff.
Yeah.
And they immediately gravitated to the kendama. And I said, I haven't seen the kendama Alex in a while.
He was
But now-
in there.
I was
the
actually
other
just thinking about him the other day because I listened back to the episode where we're talking about the kendama.
day. He's a very kind person.
He is very sweet.
Very sweet. Tell him to show up.
That's awesome. That I completely forgot about that. By the
About
end of this
juggling?
year, I will be the first woman to juggle.
See,
I'm
I believe
unstoppable,
that. I believe
y'all.
The
that.
first
I
woman
got
named
6 months.
Hannah Gabrielle Hadid.
I did.
Yeah,
She had did that.
I did. That's what we'll say when we see
Yeah.
her juggle. Okay, next. Colin Lynn.
Ooh.
This is for you. Okay, you once said that you don't think you do love well.
Okay.
But the way that I think you do show love to people well, is by doing your best to include them in whatever you're doing, like whether it's plans or just your life.
Yes.
Like you are really good at that.
I almost said that.
And by doing that, you help people to feel like they belong. Yeah. Like somewhere.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That I was teetering between that one and the other one because it's true.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's true.
You like, I feel like when people are talking to you, when I talk to you also, like, I feel like you're actually legitimately listening to me and hearing what I'm saying.
Imagine if I was.
So much. I take it back. You're a butt. Anyway, he's deflecting. Yeah, whatever. Fine. Bye. Okay.
No, sometimes when I'm having conversation with people at church and someone else comes up and steps in the conversation, I have to immediately establish physical contact with the person that I was just talking to so that they know
That you're-
you cannot leave this. We're not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not done here.
Or also, I'll just ignore people who try to talk to me sometimes so that I don't get caught up in. another-
You have to do that sometimes. It's like
Yeah.
a sea of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
It's
I
a
have to use
lot.
the bathroom, y'all, it's a fight for my life to get there. Sometimes
Oh,
I gotta put my head down, put my blinders on, and just
I
beeline
have to
it.
allot for an extra
Beeline it to
30
the bathroom.
minutes.
Literally.
I have to be
get to
somewhere
the
at 1.
bathroom.
Guess I'm leaving at 12.
Yeah.
I'm going to start leaving at 12.
Start leaving. That's real.
The long
Yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sweet. Thanks, Ash.
You're welcome.
It true.
And the silly one is, I think you're cool enough to have your own late night talk show, but I think you're too genuine, and I don't think you would do that.
I wouldn't do it because
Yeah.
I think he would do it.
Genuosity.
Because of genuosity. I don't know. To me, just, I don't know, late night talk show hosts, like, sometimes can come across
Yeah.
as, like,
weird.
yeah. But I think you're cool enough, but I don't think you'd do it.
I think you'd
you.
be like the Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
He seems normal, adjacent.
Yeah. He seems like the late night talk show host that you wake up in the middle of the night in a heat and he's on the TV.
like the George Lopez. of late night.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, I can't even sing the song. I don't even. It's all right.
Yeah.
What is it saying? All my kids are low riders.
Low rider. I don't
There's a
know.
little driver. All right, shall I go? Shall I take my turn?
I think maybe you should because you're last.
You have
Yeah.
to.
Process of
Okay.
elimination.
Oh,
you know.
process of a limb. Pros of a limb.
I almost said that.
Prosalim.
Pro slim.
Proslim.
Pro
Let's
Slim?
get it
We're
so-
pro slim here, y'all.
Persl-
We're pro slim.
Persim.
Persimmons?
It's the wheeze for me.
Sometimes it comes out. I don't know. Whatever.
All right. Who should I start with? I'll start with Ashley since you started with Hannah. Ashley Lynn, you are the kind of woman that can get your hands in the dirt
True.
and dig into the process
Yeah,
of
she
things.
can.
You have patience for the long haul.
Hmm.
You play the long game in life, I think. I think you play the long game in life. And it's the same thing with your relationships. I love how you invest in people, like how you
Yeah.
did with the Ladybird shirts.
Yeah.
You sewed into that relationship. You sure did.
With my embroidery needle.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Yes. And I hope that you, because we've talked about it here on the pod before, that you do a great job, but you don't want to be known for doing a great job. exactly that way. You know, is that right?
I think.
Like you like doing a good job, but you don't want people to just, Ashley, you always do a great job. You're just perfect. You do perfectly every time. But I hope that you can reclaim how good of a job you do and enjoy doing a good job for yourself. Period.
Yeah.
And then your silly one is it's not really a thing, but when I would go to the farm and we'd ride on the four-wheeler and we'd be getting off and taking turns and closing the gate and opening the gate and shoveling manure or not shoveling manure, but dumping that corn powder stuff.
The salt. Yeah.
The salt. And that time I broke the gate and ripped it off. And I was like jumping on it. And Kelly Lynn going, you nut. Over and over again. Cussing us out.
You know, I didn't realize, but when we messed up the tractor, when we got the stuff wrapped around the thing and we're having to cut it for like 45 minutes, she really made a TikTok. She really put us on TikTok.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She made a TikTok.
Yeah.
Did it go viral?
I don't know. I think we got, I don't know, a
Wow.
couple hundred likes.
What if it got 100? It did?
I think so.
Did?
She showed me the other day.
That's funny.
Wow. Hannah, you are a gift giver. I think you think in what else can I add to your life? Like what else can I give to this person? You've given me so many gifts. So even if it's not a big deal, like the duck, you know, that you are thinking of other people in normal moments, like when you get a duck, you know, I admire that about you, that you keep people on your mind. But also, where do you be getting your money?
This is
Hannah Lynn spends
make me
more
laugh.
money.
You make me
She
laugh about
spends
this.
money on people.
That's like the number one thing that I spend money on is other people.
Really?
Because what better use for it, in my opinion?
Okay.
If I can't.
All right.
No, seriously. Like, if I'm affording everything that I need to afford and I have more left over, why spend it on myself when I could
Yes.
spend it on somebody else
In excess.
and bring them
That's-
joy? You know?
Yeah.
Really nice.
Like,
It's very nice.
I also like I talk about spending money a lot, but I don't really. Like I'm a really frugal person.
Yeah.
I joke about spending money a lot because I say that I want a lot of stuff and then I never get it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
straight up. I like to spend like that's like yeah, I feel like why spend it on myself when I could bring somebody a little bit of joy instead of bringing myself joy.
Y'all,
I don't know.
I just got another text message from Pamela saying that she got another package for me. And it's that darned candle
The
They
candle
delivered
they
it
sent-
back to her house.
again.
Oh my gosh, where?
Wait, what's the address?
How is that even
That's
close
not
to
even-
your address?
Well, it's where I used to live.
Oh.
And
Did you live there when
emailed-
you signed up for this?
No,
How is that possible?
I don't know.
Was it connected to your credit card or
I
something?
don't think so.
Did it autofill?
I mean, you obviously have to update your address when
Yeah.
you get a new credit card, but no, that makes me so mad because I
you gonna
emailed
go
two
get it?
different. Yeah, I got to go get it again. So I'm gonna email them and say, y'all, what the ever loving H?
H, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Get your candle. Those, yeah.
I'm not good with words. You should have heard me.
You are good with words.
You should have heard me at Overflow trying to introduce my dad. Bro, my mouth expanded so much to fit this big old foot in there. I said, I can't think of anyone more qualified. And I was like, wait a second. I had to backtrack. I said live on stage, I'm an idiot. This is my dad. This is my dad. Please welcome
My
the
dad.
man whom I
Wait, what?
Wait.
whom brought me forth. See, what am I doing right now? Even now,
I love it. It's
yeah.
authentic.
She goes, I love it.
I love it
I
so
love
much.
it so much.
No,
All
you
right.
are good with words.
I'm not.
If you literally don't even
No,
play.
no, I'm not. I can.
Maybe not in
Holy Spirit's good at words through me.
Maybe not in the moment sometimes, but also if you sit down and think about it, you write some good stuff.
It's because I'm writing it.
That's still being
just,
good
off
with
the dome.
words.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be
receive
off
it.
the dome. Yeah. Receive it.
All right.
This was
Anyway.
really sweet, y'all.
Yeah, you guys are my best friends. I love you.
You guys are my best friends.
Hey.
Who would I be without the bees? Can y'all quit freaking jumping spots on Candyland up there? The heck?
Are
Jumping spots
playing-
on Candyland.
I don't know what they're playing. Jacks. or
Someone's
something?
playing
Good
guitar also
night.
up there. Anyway, I've been
Jack.
thinking about this a lot lately, but yeah, you guys are my best friends, and I don't think I say it enough, but it's true. I love you both a lot. And yeah, Adam inspired me.
Adam inspired me. He's a very sweet guy.
Sweet little boy.
Love him. Bestie vibes.
Bestie vibes only.
Oh,
Forever. Amen.
What?
What?
I had a honey roast for both of y'all combined together.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
But it was basically just like what we just basically said.
Oh.
Like I was thinking about this the other day. I think I was talking to Julie about this. Like this last year, like from today to like a year ago, like past year, has been probably one of the best years I've ever had.
Yeah.
And you guys, the two of you, have a really big part of that. So
Girly.
I love you.
I'm
Back
about to
at
start
ya.
crying.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. We have so much pod.
We have
Sorry.
more pod to do.
Sorry.
But that's my honey roast for the both of you combined because
Yeah.
my life is really good and I lack nothing.
I lack nothing. He maketh me lie down in grandpa's garden.
She said I lacked
Still
nothing
wanna-
earlier, and I started going through the
He
whole
restored
thing.
my sir.
Surely,
Surely.
goodness and
And
mercy
mercy.
shall follow me for the
surely
all
goodly
the
and
days
mercy.
mercy shall
of
follow
my
me all
life.
the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord.
Surely goodly and mercy.
Man.
Girly, girly, and Merly.
We did a praise break last night.
I
before.
heard.
It was crazy. Lake's fingers were everywhere but one spot.
He's crazy.
He was going
He's
nuts.
really good.
His beautiful highlights just flipping all over.
I did
Oh my
not know
gosh.
that those were real. To be honest,
What?
What?
weren't real. I didn't know they weren't real. I thought they
Oh.
were natural. I found
It's
out the other day
weave.
that he died.
It's weave.
I found out the other day that he dyes them.
I'm gonna.
Delana
Yeah.
was like, every spring.
Every spring and then in the winter he goes
Oh,
darker.
he gets them
I
touched
didn't know
up.
that.
Yeah.
thought it
I'm
was
going lighter.
You know,
Right now?
I am
About to be.
naturally, or you're getting
Well,
it.
I mean naturally, yeah, but
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting some honey mist Auburn.
Frosted tips.
Honey, you missed Auburn big time.
You missed it by a mile.
Frosted tips.
That's funny.
I don't have
I
my
make-
hair's too long for frosted tips.
You could do it anyway.
I make this stuff.
I told Dwayne he should get frosted tips.
Didn't he used to have frosted tips? I make this stuff in the summertime and I spray it. I don't think I was supposed to
Like sunning?
put it in a perfume bottle because I read later that could be harmful, like the chemicals that are already in the bottle. But this time I'm going to get a just plain bottle that hasn't been used for anything
Spray
yet.
bottle.
Yeah, and I'm making up my own concoction to spray in my hair when I
A sun
tan.
in?
Basically, just but with natural
I want to
stuff.
see Ashley with
Platinum blonde.
platinum.
hair.
Not platinum, but
Blonde
an
hair.
appropriate blonde.
I'm going to try to lighten it up this summer, y'all. Let's see
You
what
could go
happens.
me when I started working at Good Stuff blonde.
That's pretty blonde, girl.
Was it? You were blonde?
It was platinum blonde. If you look at my Polaroid, you can see it. Isn't that
oh my
crazy?
gosh, you were a different
That's
gal.
right.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like,
I mean, I
I've
think
been
that's
thinking
proof
about
that blondes need Jesus, you know? That as you meet Jesus, your blonde just goes away. So anyone that's left with blonde hair, I don't know what to tell you. There's only going to be 744,000.
That's crazy work.
I'm
don't
joking.
agree.
That's
Yeah,
a theology
anything
joke.
he
That's
got it.
All right, let's get to the meat.
Y'all.
I'm scared.
I'm not.
I'm not scared. This is good. This is good for the.
Well, I do need to find mine.
I feel powerful because a lot of my ins and outs are still in and still out.
I did not.
This is in a separate notebook.
This is in my. I'm almost done with the notebook that I wrote this in. Yeah, which will be the first time I'm in my life that I've ever finished one.
That's the case for mine too.
I have like
The one that
20
has
pages left, maybe.
some of my angry journal entries, some of my journal entries from planning
work.
my chapters that I wrote,
Yeah.
and also there's Bible study stuff in here. There's school calendar stuff in here, and there's a lot of pod stuff in here.
Yes.
This poor Pamela lady. Hello, Colin. This is again.
Dang it.
I've got to bleep
How
that
far
address.
is it from here? Yeah, don't.
It's not that far, but it's still
mean,
annoying
still,
for
Didn't
them.
you
Yeah, they
cancel
shouldn't
your
do
thing
that.
though, so it shouldn't happen again? Because is this the last one you're supposed to be getting?
No, I'm getting it every 2 months.
Oh, I thought you canceled it.
No, I didn't cancel it. I should.
T.
She said, we just saw it, so it's probably wet. People can't even do their jobs right. And I said,
Barb.
I'm going to say, Pamela, girl, you could say that again. You could text that again.
You could text.
Wait, what did you say? Run it back.
People can't do their jobs right.
No, after that.
Dude, when I was a paper boy, well, this is probably a
You
crime.
were a paper boy?
It's probably a crime to say it. Yeah.
Say it. I
Well,
want to know.
Is this a lie?
I'm not going to
For the
tell
bit?
who I was a paper boy for or which country I was a paper boy in.
Ah.
But I made sometimes when I would have papers left over from the route that because I've missed houses or I forgot houses, I would just throw them away.
Oh. Not even recycle?
No.
Colin
I
does
thought you were
recycle.
going to say you made cigarettes with them and sold them.
Drug
No.
dealing?
No, but I would sit in. My friend gave me an iPod with a bunch of bootleg movies on it, and one of them was EVA. And I would just
Great movie.
sit outside of a tower and watch EVA. One time I destroyed a computer monitor with a bat outside of an apartment building. And I got glass all over the sidewalk. I was in middle school at this time. I got called into the principal's office. I want to say the next day or the same week or whatever, shortly after. And he said, "Are you Colton Beasley?" And I said, "No, sir, I am not." And he get, "Oh, well, apparently a Colton Beasley destroyed a computer monitor." And he goes, "But you're not him." And I said, "No, I'm not."
It's true. You didn't lie.
I'm
You're
not
not
Colton.
Colton
I literally
Beasley.
used those words. I was like, "I'm not Colton." All right, thank you. You can go. Head on back to class. Never heard
not
another word about
That's
it.
crazy.
Because you're Colin.
Yeah,
Beasley.
thank God they got my name wrong.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm going to be real. I thought you were crazy when you talked about the thing with the pants.
The thing with the pants.
About how your pants get shorter and you have to buy new pants. I'm seeing it right now.
I'm sagging right now too.
Because they didn't used to look like that.
No, they didn't used to be this short.
Well, I thought we
But
figured out it's
I'm
because you're
pretty.
drying them.
There's no way you're growing.
Honey, I'm still grown.
Fun fact, guys, I'm growing. I'm now 5'2"
My knees hurt.
and a quarter.
My left knee hurts. My left knee hurts so bad.
I'm about to be 6'5". I'll be unstoppable at college.
Hannah's
What?
right now 6'4.5".
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll
Once
be
I
able
reach
to handle
con-
that.
I literally think about this all the time. The Lord made me as short as I am because the world could not handle a tall version of me.
Oh my gosh, it'd be Betty Who twice. You know Betty Who?
No.
You would like Betty Who.
Okay. Trust and believe.
Should we cha or ach?
I do not give. Give a freak. I
We
do
can
not give a
atch.
freak. Atch.
Or we can hack?
I don't care. I don't want to hack. No.
I'll go first.
Let's chaw.
Hello,
feels
listener, and welcome to the experience of us revisiting our ins and outs to see where we failed and where we've sailed.
Failed or
Good.
sailed.
I like that. Failed or
Bar.
sailed.
Write that down.
I'm going to start with my outs. Sleeping in because lazy. I outed that.
Is that what it
And-
says?
Yeah, it says sleeping in because lazy.
funny.
I have actually recently been waking up to my alarm first time. and I'll get going, and that actually matches one of my ins. The first in is they're kind of like go together, sleeping in, and I'll wake up and I'll actually sit down and I'll read my Bible or I'll read my book, or I mean both. Get my cup of coffee. I try to take it slow in the mornings. All right. Next, my out is old clothes. Yes, I have gotten rid of many clothes.
True.
Look at how few
Downsized.
clothes I have right now compared to what's been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cleaned out my drawers the other night and threw some stuff away from there too. And then the in was dairy-free products. I was good about that for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
But then
Max.
it was like, come on. The Lord didn't give cows' udders this magical liquid for me to just go squeeze an almond and soak it in water for a
No.
long time. You
Magical
know?
liquid.
Magical liquid.
Magical
Milk.
milk.
Yeah. Freaking squeeze. And then today we saw a clump of cream.
I hate
was
when
alarming.
I hate when that
It was
happens.
alarming.
It happens sometimes. It scares
And
me.
Shelly saw
It
everything.
scares me. Shelly
It
saw-
scares me
Yeah.
to be still.
She was like, yeah, that one gave you a little trouble, didn't it? And I was like,
she's so funny.
I was like, we just wanted to make sure your espresso cold foam was up to par for you, Shelly.
Hashtag no lumps.
Was it in the heavy whip?
Yeah.
I've seen them in the whole milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, sometimes it'll happen around the rim. It'll get a cream
Yeah,
cap.
it gets some buildup.
we
some creme
redid
build-
it. We
buildup.
redid it. I didn't feel good about it.
Creme.
All right. After that, my in is collecting things for my home, which haven't really been doing. I remember shortly after I went to this thing with this market with my mom, and I saw this really cool dresser entertainment center with clear sliding doors. It was $500. It was the perfect color blue, but I didn't get it.
Is that where you saw
Out.
that horse?
Yes.
That was a lamp.
It was a life-sized
lorse.
horse.
Or a
Lamp.
hamp. Hamp.
I like lorse.
Lorse. A lorse hamp.
Yeah.
All
Hamp
right, cool.
lorse.
We'll combine and win. We'll divide and conquer. Or
A house divided cannot stand.
no, it can't. And then my out is
true.
dust, which I've been doing a pretty good job. Peep the dust. Where's it at?
Clear.
Clear?
No dust.
Nothing.
No dust. No dust. I even dust down here. I got on my hands and knees and I dusted
see.
along the
This
wall.
This is a shiny rail
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Next out, having less than a quarter tank of gas. That's only happened once or twice since
Bar.
Literally bar.
What do you got right now?
Half a tank.
Okay.
Yeah, I just filled up the other day. I feel like it'll be cheaper if I just get gas every time I'm out. If I spend $5
Because it's in
on
little
it,
increments, smaller increments.
yeah,
It feels cheaper.
it feels cheaper because you spend $5
This is a girl
every
math
day.
situation.
Yeah,
Is
very
it
girl
just
math.
like crazy? But is this a myth I made up in my head that you're not supposed to like mix gas?
Yes,
Like if you get it from Sunoco, you're
Oh.
not supposed to get it at the marathon.
or
next time.
I've never- Yeah. Valero?
Valero.
Valero.
He said vertigo.
Vertigo.
I knew that wasn't right. I just had to throw it out there and see if y'all could sift through.
I made it.
I
made it.
Eat it.
Yeah. Okay. So having less than a quarter tank of gas, I'm doing pretty good with that. In creative adventures, music, outside, film, writing, film.
You made direct eye contact with me when you did that. It was scary.
Which has been good. This year's been full of FOMO workshops.
Yes.
I've started writing songs again. That's been pretty nice.
Love.
I'm doing a screenplay.
Are you actually?
No.
Dang it! I fell for the
All right.
bait.
In learning new recipes. Haven't done that. Not even one. Not even one. Except for the recipes at work. Obviously, you have to learn those every
Oh
month.
yeah.
Those don't count.
Out junk drawers, which is so hard. Like, because you can categorize everything, but then what do you do with the few things that
That's why I love a junk drawer.
It's just left
I just
over.
don't like a junk drawer?
It
But
could be a
every
perfectly
house has
organized junk drawer.
Yeah, the
one. From the
only
nicest
place
to the
it
crappiest
belongs
house, you've
Everyone's
got a junk
got
drawer.
one.
is together.
Yeah, even if your living room is your junk drawer. I just can't take it when a room is a junk drawer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Out. Not responding to texts. I've actually gotten worse about this recently.
Yeah.
Because
Avoidant.
well, not avoidant,
Really?
just don't care. I'm
That's
Maybe
better.
stuck with avoidant because
No.
that's better.
At Overflow, I didn't touch my phone, but maybe twice a day.
I feel like that's good.
That's like
though,
a
'cause
valid.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's
People
a
were
valid.
texting me with questions, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm not answering. I'm not even gonna look at my. Part of the time, I didn't know where my phone.
that's a valid.
was.
That's a valid way to do that. In life,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have
That
as many
scares me sometimes.
unread text messages.
Do you just read them and not respond?
Yeah, I mean,
that's
sometimes
why.
they don't require a response.
True.
You know,
Yeah, true.
sometimes it's a Carrie liked this text, or Victoria reacted to a comment, or you said heard. Like, what do you want me to say?
I said heard.
You said
to
heard
you?
in Cameron and Hannah's.
Oh,
Cameron and me.
Cameron and Hannah.
Yeah.
Cameron. And
You know,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I only have 5 minutes on my Gmail app, and other than that, I have
5?
nothing to do.
We've gone up.
No, it's
I thought it was
less.
just 1.
That's like normal. No, 1 minute.
Yeah, I thought it
hope-
was
do you-
1 minute.
Do I have 1 minute?
I don't know.
Because if it's
I just
if
put
it's
in the
5 minutes,
code.
it's a short 5 minutes.
I don't know. I just put in the code and give it
I
to
thought
you.
it
I
was
try to
what?
get very quick. I
Yeah.
need to compile. I
I
write it out in
will
my
doom
notes app
scroll
if I
in
need
my
to send an
email,
email. I copy, paste it, send it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Go.
I will doom scroll in my email.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dangerous
How many
game
minutes
to
do you
play.
have?
On my email?
Yeah.
Infinite?
Oh.
I don't have it blocked off.
It feels like infinity.
Infinity.
A friend of mine in high school, her Instagram name was Infinity. Like
Infinity.
infinite T.
That's really good. I like
In buy a bed and breakfast.
Oh.
I haven't done that yet. Still saving,
He's
still working on
it.
that.
He's working on it.
All right. Next in keeping a calendar / time management. Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
Ashley hasn't even started on the back half of the year because
Have you touched that?
I don't
Ashley
think-
spent like probably, I would say, a cumulative 2 hours making a planner for
It's
you
okay.
in hopes that you would use it.
I
But
wanted to use it.
That's what makes me laugh is that you wanted to do it.
I wanted to do
get
it so bad, but it's
I
just
think
not my brain.
You need to utilize your calendar app.
Yeah. I had a
telling
teacher
you
in high
right
school that
now.
hated when we said utilize. She said it's a dumb word. Just say use.
Oh. All right.
But
Deflect.
whenever I think about the word utilize and I hear it, I think
about
Miss
her.
White calling us dumb. I don't think
Well,
you're dumb.
Sorry.
Obviously, you're not dumb. All right, my next out.
What?
Skipping the gym. I just canceled
You
my
did?
membership. I haven't been in so long. It's $29 a month.
Save your money.
Yeah.
I went in and I said, "Hey, I need to cancel this." You know what they did? They asked me a bunch of questions.
They always do that. They make it really
And then they
difficult.
had me freeze it instead. So
What
it's
does that
frozen.
mean?
It's
Oh,
frozen. I'm
like
not
you
paying
go
for
back to it?
I can go back to it in 3 months. But I walked in. It's just none of those people look like they're having a fun time. They're all just.
You should do Pilates in
They're
your
all
bedroom.
Sims.
They are Sims. NPCs.
Yeah, NPCs. All right. Next out. Stressing about small things that I used to love doing. That was very eye-opening because I didn't realize that I was stressed about, oh no, I need to go do this thing so that I can have fun before I'm dead. I was stressed about getting to do something
Yeah.
instead of enjoying doing it. But now that's changed because I'm an adult man and I can do whatever the heck I want, whenever the heck I
Period.
want. I could quit my job and go live in my car
You
if
could.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
I would have to pick up some shifts for insurance purposes
You would pick up shifts for a job you
and
quit.
gas. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, right now I don't feel like I really have a job.
Makes sense. You have 2.
I have 2 jobs, but I don't
You
feel
have
like I
2
have jobs
jobs.
because I love both of them. What are
Yeah.
these jobs? What is this
Sometimes
job?
I feel like I'm playing Barista Simulator.
What is job?
What is job?
Job. I watched
All
a
right.
clip the other day where someone was talking about jobs and they bleeped the word job every time and it made me laugh.
You should do that.
I'll do that. What is All right, just a few more. Learn a new skill, maybe guitar. I did that.
Yeah, he did.
I did that.
You should stick with it.
I'm gonna stick with it. I need a guitar now.
Do you want my old one?
Sure, if you want to give it. If
Okay.
you want, if you have and you give, I will
Okay.
receive with joy
Okay. With joy
and job.
and job. Joy and
Joy
job.
and job.
All right.
I will receive.
Next in, letting people know me. Still not doing it. Out.
I think you've gotten better at it. I really do. I really think you've gotten better at it.
Still not doing it.
I was
think
gonna
you've
move that over
gotten
to the
better at
out.
it.
Yeah.
Fixing everything for everyone. I've stopped.
True.
Done. Heck, it'll fix itself.
Yeah.
Hark the Herald Angels, yeah.
Sis girl,
Hark
yeah.
the Herald Angels, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, that was it. Fixing everything for everyone. I feel like I'm doing good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's parts of my job where I have to fix things for people, but
I think you're more intentional about what you attempt to fix.
highly intense. Highly
Intent.
intense.
I like that.
Super
Highly intense.
Yeah,
super
intense.
Are you next? Am I next?
I'll go.
You go.
We can caw.
Eat. Yeah, we never
Okay.
call. True.
I'm just gonna go down.
if I was a
I'll just
bird.
go down the list of ends, and I'll
Okay.
tell you if
Okay.
I did it or didn't do it or not.
Plant tomato seedlings. Did.
Done. I did that.
Did.
The only one I did. No, the first one was take so many pictures, and I think I've been doing a good
Yeah.
job.
You've
at
had
that.
Polaroid
Her
of the
point six.
day.
Her
Polaroid
point
of the
six is.
day, and I've been doing a lot of point sixes with my new phone
Mm-hmm.
because I'm really liking the camera on my new phone.
It does 0.6.
Yeah, point
Not
six.
0.5 because
It does not go to 0.5.
That's so goofy.
Whatever.
Why did they
I'm
do
cool
that?
with it. I don't care.
Anyway.
Solo excursions. I did a few of those, and then I stopped. Doing it.
Yeah, literally.
So it was in and,
and
out.
then out.
Yeah, but okay.
In and
the,
out.
the purpose of this, like, I'm gonna see this as okay. This is a reminder for my brain right now
Okay.
that these were goals for me, and that is one that I do still want to incorporate into this year. And it's
Yeah.
not too late because the year's not over.
It's
Yeah,
not over.
true.
You still
So
have
I'm
6
gonna-
months left
I'm gonna put a
of
star.
2025.
That makes me ill.
No,
I'm gonna
put,
fart
I'm
at
gonna
the thought.
put a star by that one because I do want to focus on
I'm
that.
gonna fart at the. It's crazy. He's so eloquent, y'all.
Thanks.
Consistency. No, I'm not really consistent.
What do you mean?
We were
What do you
pretty
mean by
consistent with
that?
Scrum.
Yeah.
Hannah's disappointed.
I've gotten over it. I've spent enough time away from it that I'm excited to be back.
The fact that Scream is back this week,
Yeah.
y'all.
Tamara.
Tomorrow.
Scream.
When are they gonna put Ghostface in skinny jeans and a leather jacket?
Yeah, this could be you,
When's our guy gonna be form fitting?
fashionista.
Maybe in this one.
He's shrouded in number 2 when it goes under the under the stall and you're like,
And his
whose
boots are
black
going
boots
down.
are those?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh, how did they not go into the bathroom and be like, where's he at?
Anyway,
Where's our Ghost Foss?
Ghost Foss?
pause.
Take it away,
Lost
Ashley
Ave
Lynn.
Marco.
We
Concur.
digress.
Slow down and enjoy it is on ends. I think I started off doing that. Lately, I've not been
Yeah.
doing that. I need to clock myself on that and get better.
Get clocked.
I'm gonna get clogged. Cooking. I've been cooking.
She been
Yeah,
cooking.
she has.
She
I've been
gonna
a little,
cook.
I've been a little limited lately because the heating element went out in my oven at home.
So now it's just a nothing.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
That's the main
well,
portion.
the stovetop works, so
Oh,
I've
okay,
been
okay.
I've been frying
Stovetop
stuff,
cooking.
Yeah, I forget.
sauteing stuff. Coffee at home. I don't do that.
Oh,
Get real. I don't do that. I work
that's
at a
my
coffee
favorite
shop.
place to have coffee.
I just wait till I get to work,
I do that too.
and then
because I'm not home
sometimes
enough.
I'll have like 3 coffees while I'm there. So I need to rein that in.
Yeah. Caffeine
Yep.
dependency.
Clocked.
Yikes.
Reading instead of TV. This goes with one of my outs too, because one of my outs
Is
was
TV instead of reading?
yeah. So they cancel out. I just haven't changed a thing.
I haven't,
PEMDAS.
I haven't looked at all.
No, too much TV / screen time was an out. Y'all, I straight up don't even watch TV anymore.
Period. I don't
Well,
either really.
Sometimes I watch TV.
TV or movies?
You do watch movies.
I watch
feel.
movies.
But she's a movie
But
girl.
I don't just sit like I used to just sit and watch Frasier, or I would just sit and watch New Girl. I haven't been doing that. Instead, I have been reading.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna count that one.
Go her.
Let us see. Spending time in the Word. In. I've been doing it.
Oh my god.
That goes with the reading one. Bam.
Yeah.
Making.
Dan, can you auto tune that in post? Because Dan is editing our episodes now.
He is.
Yeah, Dan's doing it.
We
This
didn't
is
talk
me
about
erasure.
this. We didn't talk about this. How's that cool?
Yeah, that's on my in.
Dan
Dan?
editing.
I gotta go.
Dan.
My out is being here when Dan is here.
Making stuff. I've been doing that.
Hey, you did start
You're
off
making
strong
memories.
though. We were doing a lot of
Yeah, I've been making
You've been
memories.
lot of
making memories.
artsies.
You've been making money moves.
true.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Making drinks.
True.
I've been
True.
growing stuff.
True.
Yes.
But I think I was meaning like creatively.
Yeah.
Like I was really enjoying my pasteling and my painting and stuff. I did get my paint stuff out
We
the
need to
other
get
day
back.
because I am making art for my room because my walls are still bare.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I started that room redo initiative so long ago and it's still not done.
It's okay. There's
So-
grace for that.
There's grace for that. There's
grace.
time for that. And I'm still working on that. That's important to me, making stuff.
But that was a big
start.
step to even move your room.
Yeah, for
I know.
real. You
That's
killed
true.
that.
That's true.
So
I like the layout of it.
I
haven't
really
seen it.
like it. Huh?
I haven't even seen it.
You haven't?
No,
You seen pictures?
I haven't even seen pictures.
What?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Let's see. Personal boundaries. This is like, I think this was like saying no about stuff.
I
you do
feel
well?
like you've gotten better at it.
Really?
Yeah. From my perspective,
Oh,
I've actually noticed that. I'm really proud of you
thanks.
because I feel like you've been saying, you just, instead of just saying yes to everything,
I think
you
about it
take
before I
time and
say
you
it.
think about it before you say
That's
yes.
true.
And even if you do say no,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just am proud of you for saying no to things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're welcome. I think one thing that I have failed at that lately, just in the super recent past, meaning last week,
Yeah, literally.
I worked a lot of hours last week and I just put a lot on my plate and I like was borderline burning out by the
Mental
end of last week.
Yeah.
I just physically was so tired. It's because I just worked. I just
Yeah.
put too much on
It was
myself.
an unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not even anything else. I just said yes to stuff when I should have said no. So that's a learning thing for the future. Hydration. Hydration's in.
Hydration.
Hydration.
Nation.
This is
Number what?
5
Today.
today
Oh my
Today.
gosh.
because I ran today and I downed a whole one of these on my
Yes.
run.
Yeah, you're real.
She's a real one.
She is real.
Saving
The realest
money.
real.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I made it.
You're.
I made it.
I made it.
I made it.
I made it
can't believe I
halfway
said
to my
that.
goal. And then I had to remove some.
Yeah.
I've been-
Same.
Yeah, I've been putting a lot of money into my truck lately. And it's okay. Really, that's what it's there for, you know, saving. I mean, there's still time. I can still make it. I can
Yeah.
still make it to 10K.
I can make
I
it.
can make it.
I can
I'll make it.
What was it? The end of the year?
I'll speed run.
By the end of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
Well, I was really just racing Colin to see who gets there
But I had to
first.
take 1,700 out.
I did mine.
Did you make it?
I made it. I was really proud
She
of myself.
made
She
it.
made it. So
I was
you
really proud of
won.
myself. I did.
Wait,
yeah,
you
tell us?
saved $10,000?
No, I did 5K by the end of the semester. Because at that point,
So
I
that was basically you were on track with us.
Yeah.
And we didn't do it.
I was at that point. I thought I was going to study abroad, and so I was saving up for that, and then I wasn't. So
Well, I had
But
to
it's
get my money
great.
out of my box and put it into an account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll speed run outs. I feel like
It's
that was
okay.
a long time.
Don't
Too
even
much
worry.
TV and screen time. Yeah, girl, I'm
She's
doing
out.
it. Comfort zone is out.
Is it?
I feel like I'm still pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe you just got uncomfortable with being uncomfortable.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I
Maybe.
think there's more I could do. I think I err on the side of caution, which
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing.
No.
But I think, I lean into that too much.
Yar.
Buying clothes was an out.
You did it.
They can't stop her.
I've done it.
I done it.
I done it.
it.
I've been buying
I hope
clothes.
that never goes away.
Sorry.
I can't believe that's something that came out of my body.
God knows where it came from.
Also, complaining. I feel like I haven't been doing that very much.
No, not
Yeah,
really.
except for when. Well, I won't. Never mind.
What?
I'm just poking the bear. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't no
She's
reason.
poked.
Oh, he's
She's
stirring the.
poked.
He's
I'm
stirring the
stirring the pot.
pot.
Yeah,
That was him stirring.
that was my stirring
For the radio.
noise.
Holding grudges. I don't think I have any grudges.
Yes.
Sorry.
Are you mad at me? I'm just kidding.
No. Comparison. I've been doing that lately. I'm bad about that. Even though comparison is the thief of joy, and I know that, and I have to remind myself of that. I think it's cool that we're human and we don't learn things the first time around, and we have to keep teaching ourselves these lessons. But I've been bad about that lately. I was talking about that today.
Yeah.
Burning myself out. We already talked about that. I'm gonna skip that. Saying too much, like feeling the need to just say too much when it's unnecessary to speak. That's out. Instagram is my biggest
stayed
out,
out.
y'all.
She freaking stayed out, y'all.
I did view somebody else's Instagram.
That doesn't
today.
count.
It was Hannah.
Oh yeah.
I was
She was
just
looking at my.
I was going through her
posts.
post and going on a trip down memory
It was
lane,
sweet.
and it was really sweet.
Members.
Yeah.
Memory lane. And lastly, not trying something because I'm scared of being bad at it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
out.
Skiing. Snowboarding.
It's the height of summer.
You can. There's fake snow, Hannah.
I could try it.
You ever heard of Aspen? Ever heard of Dollywood?
Ain't none of us going to Aspen.
All right.
Victoria's going to Dollywood
Tomorrow.
tonight.
Tonight.
They left tonight. Yeah.
Oh, fun. Go her.
you
Bangs and all.
She's got bangs, y'all.
Hannah Lynn, you ready?
I'm ready.
Take it away.
Okay. Ins. Number 1. Taking up space. I actually feel like I've gotten better about this.
Taking up space. In
Maybe.
Aria.
I'm holding your pinky.
Oh, we're holding space
Yeah.
from afar. Ashley doesn't hold space.
Ashley
I don't
refuses.
do that.
She literally refuses.
Space will hold itself.
She doesn't exist in that space.
Somebody will do it.
Yeah. Get space a husband.
I feel like I've
pillow.
gotten better about that. Just like letting myself exist without feeling.
Imagine letting
bad.
yourself exist.
Isn't that crazy?
like,
I went. I mean,
okay.
I just.
Okay, I guess I'll allow
I
it.
literally went my whole life like, I don't know, feeling like I was a burden for just being around. So I'm glad
Cis-girl
that that's
nah.
changed. Cis-girl nah.
Cis-girl
I feel like I've gotten a
nah.
lot better at that.
Heck no.
Anyway.
Yeah, girl.
Prioritizing alone time. Absolutely not. I don't know that will. I don't know that will.
Immediately no.
I don't know that will ever be in for me. I'm trying to be better about it because I know the reason that I don't do it is because I freak myself out. But
I love being by myself.
I wish I loved. That's one of my prayers recently is that I will learn to love being alone because I think that's good. But also like I just have a lot of good people around me and I want to cherish that as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I love my people. 3, crafting, y'all. That took a down. Yeah, I crashed and I burned. I was starting off great.
Girl, you were
I was making
crafting
stuff.
day and night.
I literally was. That was my bit. Yeah. I made a blanket.
It's not too late though.
It's not too late. I can come back to
You
it.
crocheted a tank top?
Did I?
No.
I didn't think so. I was like, what do you know
No,
that
you
I
didn't
don't?
crochet a tank top.
Yeah. Oh, well, I have been doing pottery, but like, that is, you
Sis
know.
girl, what?
Have we not talked about this? My pottery classes?
Oh, yes. You were coming in before them to get
Yeah,
a
I
drink and then
stopped
going.
doing that. I just go now.
You just go now.
Yeah.
When do you go? Once a week?
I've been going like once every couple weeks. I had to take like a month off because my stuff had to dry before I can put it in the kiln again. and then glaze it.
My stuff is constantly drying.
So
Yeah.
anyway, 4, small joys and weekly wins. Y'all, I have been locked in on this. In my planner, write down weekly wins every week. Like lists and lists of my weekly wins.
Literally
Everything.
not even close to how I process daily life.
It's crazy because I will not do this daily. I'll do it like at the end of the week, and I'll go back through and try to remember. Or I'll write them down on my phone if I remember. But like, I've been trying to be really good about remembering just like all the good things, even tiny things, like super, super tiny things. Like,
Yeah, you gotta remember.
yeah, I want to remember because I feel like I don't have a great memory, and I want to be able to remember things as much as possible and be able to absorb it all.
And when you read those back, it's like it takes you back to
It
that
does.
day.
It does.
Like that's why I have the reminder on my phone. It goes off every night at 9 p.m. and it's little things, and it's so I'll remember to write down the little things that happened that day.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Quiet
Sorry,
time
Kitty.
with the Lord. I've been doing a lot better about this. I also have realized that it looks different for me than I imagined. And it looks different every day because I wake up different every day.
Yeah. You wake up a new Gil.
Literally. But recently it's been driving in silence, which is like crazy. Crazy. Driving in silence and just like talking to the Lord, listening to what he has to say to me, reading my Bible. Bless you.
Listen
Listen
to the Lord
the
here in
Lord.
this car.
I will wake up and my goal is like the first thing I do to look at the verse of the day. And then usually I'll go and read the chapter for that. I'm also reading chronologically through the Bible, which I was supposed to be done by the end of the year. That's not going to happen, but that's okay.
No, take your time.
I'm taking my time. I want to absorb it. I want it.
Jesus said, surely I tell you, before even an iota, anything disappears from the law. Like nothing, everything else will disappear.
Yeah, literally.
Everything will disappear before.
Yeah, I have all the time in the world.
You got time.
So yeah, I like that it changes. I like that it's versatile. Doing the hard things.
Hun.
I feel like I have been doing some hard things, but I feel like I'm really comfortable right now. And I'm ready for something new. Something scary. I don't know what it is, but on the cusp of new beginning. That's how I feel.
On the cusp of new beginnings. Are we going to get demonetized?
Yeah, it's so good that it sounds exactly the
They're like,
same.
I'm sorry, Carrie Job?
Yeah, Carrie
Somebody's
Job is
gonna
in the room with
give
us right
money
now.
and then
Yeah.
take it away from us.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, literally. Journaling without pressure. I have been good about that. I used to I never would finish journals, or I would stop doing it because I would get discouraged that I wasn't doing it every day. And I would just do it when I feel like it.
Yeah,
And I'm
girl.
almost done with one. So that's cool. Woo! Giving up control. That's like a big. That's
That's
a big.
tough.
That's
That
a
is
big.
tough.
But I think in certain aspects of my life, I've gotten better at maybe not actually doing it, but reminding myself that it's out of my control.
Right. But just because it's out of your control doesn't mean you can't steward.
Yeah, true.
That's where some people like myself, if I say I'm giving up control, I tend to just completely check out.
yeah.
And I can't do that because then I'm giving up responsibility.
Yeah.
Like I'm being irresponsible with what I have.
Right.
Because it still is in your care.
Yeah, that's true.
I think for me, giving up control means giving up things that I can't control and only controlling what I can.
Yeah.
And focusing on what I can
Yeah.
deal with. Reading what I already own. Y'all, that was done
Failed.
within
You've
the
been
first
buying
3
books?
weeks. I've read all the books that I own.
Oh,
I have
yeah?
read them all and I still buy them.
well, I mean, what are you supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Which, going along with that, my goal is to read 50 books this year. I'm on track. I'm ahead. So I will do it.
Good.
Why do I feel like she's rubbing this in my face? I'm on track to
not?
read 2 books this year.
Hey, I don't like watching TV shows, but you watch a lot of those. Not in like a. It's not like I'm reading like smart people books. I'm reading like novels, stuff about like I don't know,
He's
dumb
fishing.
stuff. I'm reading Harry Potter
Is
right
he
now.
aura farming right now?
He's
Is that
aura
what that
farming. He's
means?
fishing. I'm out of here.
I'm
Not
PH.
assuming people's thoughts.
Yes.
I just saw my.
Asia.
That was crazy. It was like projectile.
Fishing.
Fishing. Anyway, not assuming people's thoughts. I think I've gotten a lot better about that too.
Assuming.
Yes, assuming. Because you know what happens when you assume. I
Hey, I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say. I don't cuss. We don't cuss here.
we don't cuss,
No,
but
no,
y'all
no,
know.
no.
Yeah, I think I've gotten better about that. There are some times that it's still like I get in my head, but even if I'm not fully there, I still feel like I've gotten better at like the positive self-talk and reminding myself
Yeah.
to take people at their word and not to assume their thoughts.
Honey, sometimes you have to assume the position of a hairdresser and just do your hair and talk nice. Work for your own tip. Move on. Just take it. Just go.
That's awesome. Movies are in, y'all. Movies are in
Movies are
as
so
free.
in.
Movies
We
are
get
so
4
in.
free movies a week now.
Yeah.
And there was one week where I did use all 4, and I'm proud of myself. So I've been doing at least one a week.
That's good. Worth it.
Worth it. This last
Woof.
last in decentering my appearance, y'all. I have not.
What does that mean, decentering?
We talked about this last time. It is just like focusing less on what I look like all the time. Because usually I'm constantly aware.
Yeah.
That's gotten worse, actually. Straight up. Yeah, straight up, that's gotten worse. But you know what? Where there's room for improvement,
There will
I will
be
acknowledge
improvement.
there will be improvement eventually.
We hope.
I hope. Fingers crossed.
There will
So-
in Jesus' name.
In Jesus'
Jesus'
name, I
name.
believe. So
Hey, speak. Hey, bye-bye. Hey.
Dun, 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 dun.
dun.
That's like the fifth praise break.
It's just happening
I
now.
love it. I love it.
Okay, outs. Being embarrassed. I think I've gotten better at this too.
Yeah.
Good.
Because you're not even embarrassed of.
Wait.
Never mind.
What should I be embarrassed? No, wait, say it. Now I'm curious.
I was joking.
That's a bit.
I was trying to lean into
It's a
the
bit.
like the appearance thing and the being embarrassed.
Well, yeah, true. That's real. But in general, like I think I've stepped back into my personality.
Yeah. Our,
For a while, I was just trying to like, I don't know.
Shriek back.
Yeah, I was.
But we don't do that.
But we don't. And I
don't
realized that
shrink.
I actually could not care less if somebody doesn't like my personality because you don't have to be around me. Sorry.
clock.
Sorry.
Clock. Ding dong. Ding
Okay.
dong.
2, putting my worth in things and people. I think I've gotten better at that as well, actually. I feel like a lot of these things have gotten better as I've grown closer to the Lord. Like, everything just falls into place after that, which is really cool. There are things that I do have to actively work on, but you kind of realize that nothing else matters to a certain degree.
Nothing else matters
As much.
as much.
Yeah. Comparison. I've been bad about this lately, y'all.
Wait, what you been comparing?
Huh?
What you been comparing?
Everything?
To what?
Everything?
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I've been kind of bad about that, but I'm trying to give myself grace with all of these kind of like mental things because I am having to relearn how to experience them like spiritually. Because that's never something that I had to consider before. So the way that I experience and like refuted these things, all of that's different.
Yeah.
So I'm putting into place new habits and new practices that I didn't have to before that I get to now. I get the freedom of doing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like give myself grace in that I'm not only trying to refute these things, but I'm also trying to do it in the way that I know is best for me, you know? And that's new. Wow. Period.
Which I feel that gives it like not even I don't even want I wish I could think of a word that's not the potential. Because potential indicates that it could fail or succeed. But when you're thinking through things like that, like biblically, like you're thinking in the literal truth.
Yeah.
And that is so like that upholds like above everything. So that is already like a stronger way to refute those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So straight up, girl.
Straight up.
Yeah. He was a light for all mankind, and the darkness has not overcome it. That truth has not been overcome.
No.
Cannot be put
It
to shame.
cannot be
It will
overcome.
never.
It will never be.
It will never be overcome. Because it overcomes.
It's foundational.
Yeah. For FOMO, I actually feel like I've gotten better at that too. It still gets me sometimes, but I've started realizing that like that's such a waste of my time.
Bro.
It's such a waste of my time. And that goes in with like the shrinking myself back kind of thing. Like, who cares?
No one.
Nobody cares. It's
Not
easy for
I.
me to say this right now and not when I'm experiencing it, but I feel like I've gotten better at it and just letting it be. And usually I've started asking myself the question, like, even if I was invited, would I want to be there? And usually the answer is
They won't
no.
miss you at the party.
Straight up. Usually the answer is no. Anyway, 5, being negative. I feel like I'm negative in different capacities than I was when I wrote this. So, yes and no, in and out.
Go off.
But, yeah.
Negativity isn't bad.
Yeah.
Magnets don't work without a negative charge.
Oh, analogy.
You need positivity and negativity
True.
to have a realistic mindset.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're delusional.
Yeah, I would like to think I'm not
That's
delusional.
good. That's
Maybe.
true.
I don't know. Hiding behind insecurity. That's not out. More out than it was when I wrote this, but it's not out.
You're insecure. You're insecure. You're insecure. You're insecure. You're insecure.
I still freak myself out sometimes.
How about instead of being insecure, why don't you find yourself insecure?
Yeah, that's actually what's been like. Honestly, what's been coming up a lot for me lately is like the authority that I have.
I
Just-
have the authority.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
I have the authority.
That's good.
And that's actually helped pull me out of it a lot. There's still sometimes that like I get stuck in my head and the way that it be, but
Sometimes your head be weird.
sometimes, and I'm human. So I'm giving myself the space to experience it, but not give it the weight that it desires.
yeah.
You know? Like I still feel it, but I know it's not true.
That's
Panicking. That is so out, y'all.
No panic.
Out is freak. I've not had a panic attack. Well, I did have a panic attack with the mice, but that doesn't count. That was a one and done situation. I haven't had a panic attack in months.
Yeah, girl.
Honestly, since before I got saved, way before.
I had multiple panic attacks recently.
Really?
In the middle of the night, waking up in a dark room,
That's the worst.
In the middle
Those
of a
are
dream.
the worst. The
and
nightmare
you think you're in a
panics.
tunnel.
Yeah.
And your dad says, "Colin, chill."
chill.
Chill, it's fine.
He
Yeah.
says, "Shut up." Ha! He didn't say that. No, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that, I hope. Yeah. So that's really cool. I have finally like stopped going to therapy, not in a like avoidant way, but in a way that I feel like I don't need it right now, which is the first time in my life that I have like voluntarily been like, I'm well. I don't need to go. Yeah. Which is so cool because I've been going to therapy since I was like 14.
That's
So what a win. That's a win for me. Discontentment. Out as freak.
Bye.
I don't freaking care.
You're
Bye.
done. You're
Sorry,
done.
you're done. You're out of here. Sometimes it creeps in, like
Fired.
all of these things do, but it's mostly out because my life is so good. I love my life.
Sachet.
And there are people
away.
out there that would kill to have the life that I have. So I clock
Murder.
myself.
Literally stab.
Mordor. Yeah, literally
Little
stab.
scrum.
Keeping myself too busy. That's not out. That's in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say no. Well, actually, no. I do know how to say no to things.
Yeah.
But I just find myself saying
don't
yes
always want to.
things because I want to say yes.
Yeah, just say yes.
So I enjoy being busy. I like it that way. I like having things to do.
People who say no for the practice of saying no.
Yeah, I don't like that mess.
But if you have another commitment or you are too tired,
Yeah,
then say
or
no.
you just don't wanna
But
do it, I
don't
get it.
say no to get in the car and pat yourself on the back on the way
yeah,
home.
literally.
Yeah,
Bye.
That's none
just
of my
like
business.
exercise
Later.
that power.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no.
That's out.
Yeah.
I'm busy and I love being busy. I like doing things. I love to just
Yeah.
do. I love to do things.
Sometimes people will recharge you, and that's
People,
rest.
I literally, I was just talking about that the other day. Yeah, I recharge with people.
Get rested, Chica.
By myself, I feel crazy sometimes, which I think it's good to be uncomfortable, but I would prefer to be with people. Writing only in open tunings. I haven't written anything. So that's
Yes, you have. FOMO workshop. You've written.
true.
You've been
true. I have, and none of those are in open tunings because we've been writing to track, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I've been writing in a different capacity. I've been writing not songs, but I've been writing essays, which I enjoy. I think if I were to ever write a book, it would be like a compilation of essays, like a Joan Didion situation.
A memoir.
A memoir. Yeah, I have said that actually. That's crazy.
Memoir.
A memoir.
That's what Kris Jenner says.
Saying sorry for how I feel. Out. I think I stopped doing that a while
A simple
ago.
favor.
Yeah.
That's what they do in A Simple Favor. She apologizes
Oh.
a lot. And
Yeah.
Blake Lively, R.I.P., says, if I hear you apologize for something again, I'm going to slap
Yeah.
you hard.
Yeah. It's
She uses
not,
a couple colorful words.
I mean, maybe clock me if I'm lying to myself right now, but I don't think I've done that in a long time. So, period.
Period.
Last, masking. I also think I've gotten better at that. Just being more honest with myself and with everybody else, how I am feeling, and trying less to just be on all the time, which is difficult in the capacity that we work because it is kind of a job where you have to be on.
Yeah.
But
Because people won't tip us as much if
yeah, well, the problem is people
we must have been on
people
today.
are always if I'm not talkative, people are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, nothing peeves me more than that business." Anyway, but
Yeah.
I
As if
do
they're entitled
appreciate.
to the best version of you.
Yeah, I do appreciate if it's genuine concern, but usually it's just people wanting that version of me,
Yeah.
which is not all of me.
Hey, you
That's
not
just
being
one
the normal
facet
version of
me.
yourself is bothering me and it's impacting my day.
Right.
Can you fix that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So
No.
I think I've gotten better at that in allowing myself to just be myself,
Yeah.
be out and about, and be me. So
More?
no, that it.
Oh my gosh.
We're it.
Does that mean it's time for
Weekly
Wins? I'll tell you what my weekly win isn't. Seeing that guy's ankle bent over. No.
Whose
I know
ankle?
that's not going to be my win.
Who ankle?
In the movie,
In the trailer,
Everlasting Walk.
the Walk of Forever,
The long
The
walk.
that
The longest
doesn't
walk of
end.
all
the
time.
walk that won't stop.
The
The walk that walked for all time. The walk that walked the
yeah,
walk.
the pounding pavement. The boys pounding the pavement until one has to tie his shoe and then gets shot in the back of the head.
They should have called it.
They should have
Yeah.
called it. Yeah.
They messed
They just didn't
up.
have enough
They
room.
missed opportunity.
They used too many
y'all.
characters.
reading it like,
yeah.
what?
The guy in the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's not my weekly win. I think my weekly win is just thriving, doing stuff. Like I said earlier, my brain doesn't think in wins. It just thinks in, okay,
Vibes.
cool. Here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am. This is my weekly win.
You
Being
should
alive.
write them down.
No.
Okay.
That would be, because what if it's not true? What if it's just, oh.
Like you're trying to find something.
yeah, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to, I don't know. I'm
I
not
get what you're saying.
I'm not a that guy.
Period. You don't have to be.
Yeah. It's
Bar.
Too sentimental of things.
All right,
Okay.
Weekly win, getting tipped $20 today.
Yeah.
that's good.
True.
All right, that's my weekly win.
Period.
Hallelujah. If you care to know my weekly win, just get to know me and whatever.
True.
Okay.
I don't know what it is either.
I'll go.
Okay.
My weekly win, one of my weekly wins was the volleyball game.
Yeah.
That was great, yeah.
That was awesome.
I had so much fun. I'm not good at volleyball, but maybe one day I will be.
Yeah, for the radio, Ashley joined a rec volleyball team.
Yeah. VLC, go Verdes, y'all.
Go Verdes.
Go Verdes. We got 5 more games.
Go
6 more
Verdes.
games.
V for
More if we
Verdes.
make the playoffs. We'll see what
Let's
happens.
We
hope we make
will.
the
I believe.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Y'all are good.
Today,
You're locked in.
another win of mine was I was on a run and it started raining on me. And I was listening to one of my favorite running songs, Space Age
Rain.
Love Song.
That's what I just said.
Y'all,
I love when that
add that one.
happens.
But it was fun.
Really?
It was big, like it was about to storm. So they were
The
big
fat
drops, like
droplets?
heavy drops.
Yeah.
Was it Big Booty Mix?
No, it wasn't.
Ah.
It was Flock
Walking.
of Seagulls, a Space Age Love
Okay.
song.
I thought you were about to say Waka Flocka.
Oh, Space Age Love Song?
Yeah.
Oh, bars.
The orchestra version.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's very theatrical.
The swells.
You
and
put me
stuff.
onto that.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Crescendos.
But I loved
Crescendos,
it.
yes.
It was fun. It was one of those moments that felt like
Mm-hmm.
a movie. And I was like, I'm not going in. I'm gonna keep running. And I did.
Yeah.
weekly wins. That was it.
She stayed on the path.
Stayed there.
I'm going a little over a week here, but officiating the fish wedding, that was one of the funniest things I think I've probably ever done, and I had so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was ridiculous.
Glorious
For the
time.
radio, at church camp this past week, I officiated a wedding for 2 goldfish. That's really all you need to
2
know.
live goldfish.
2, yeah, the real goldfish. They were real. It was a production. It was awesome. I had a great time. I got to wear my Abraham Lincoln costume.
Minus beard.
Babraham Lincoln. Yeah, minus beard.
Abraham Lincoln is
Yeah.
great.
What? Why does it say that? He's holding up an index card that says Abraham Lincoln. Why does it say that?
Because we played a game the other night that required us to hold it up on our forehead, and we had to figure out
like
what
heads
we were.
up?
Yes. We each had 2 questions per round.
Abraham Lincoln, y'all. That was me. It was so fun. It was really sweet. And the whole time I was just thinking about, like, this time last year, I literally could not even fathom what I was doing, period.
Green eggs and ham Lincoln.
He put up his finger. He was like, hold on. I've got to put this in.
I will
Gotta
say
put
that's
this in
awesome.
here.
I forgot. So much has happened since
So
Overflow
much
ended.
has happened. Yeah.
So I forgot that it was just
We've lived
barely a week
lives. We've
ago.
lived lives for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was freaking awesome. And then we had a dance party after, and that was sweet.
What a side quest.
And it was just a really fulfilling thing for me. As crazy as it sounds that I officiated a fish wedding and it meant
Yeah.
that much to me, but it did.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking me to do that.
Yeah. Did you get your thank you note?
No. I got a thank you note?
No, it was a joke. I was thinking, yeah.
Now I'm sad. I'm just kidding. And then when I was driving home from the beach, I went to the beach also. When I was driving home from the beach, I saw like 25 doves on my drive home. If you want to know more about that, ask me, because there's a lot of lore to that I won't get into, but it was awesome. It was
Maybe
really
she can do a
cool.
solo pod.
And I've
on that.
never seen doves before, and I saw a bunch. So that
Do
was
you guys ever want to do solo
fire.
pods?
That's scary.
what would we talk about?
I don't like.
I don't know. Never mind.
I don't want to
Forget I
talk
brought
to
it up.
myself.
Forget I brought
You
it
can
up.
do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right. And then this week has been good. Work has been good. Everything. I love my life. I love my life so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to freak out.
I think,
Okay.
like right before we sign off, I think one of my ends should be paying more attention to my life.
Yeah,
so that I
true.
know what weekly wins are. Because since we got back
Yeah.
from Overflow, I've house sat twice
Just be.
a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Done a lot of sleeping. Had a tick in my butt.
Oh, it took me a second to register.
Yeah,
what
you
said
said that so
yeah,
fast,
I saw
I
an
needed the subtitle.
unsolicited
Take my butt.
picture of
I
this
asked.
ticket.
I asked.
I didn't answer. I was in the vicinity and I didn't know what was going
I
on.
asked,
And all
hey,
I
can
saw
I show
was
this
the
picture? And everyone said, Colin, please.
I wasn't there.
Let me cheek this
I
out.
was not there to consent. It was unsolicited to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Gosh.
Okay.
That was ridiculous.
Thank you for listening to
Three B's on a
Pod. I'm Colin,
I'm Hannah. And I'm Ashley.
and we'll see you next time.
Great show!